The Wrestling Mayhem Show. Since 2006, the pioneer in pro wrestling podcasting.
This show is brought to you by IndieWrestling.us and IndieWrestling.network for your independent wrestling entertainment. Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Do what you got to do, make it last. Wait for the perfect.
It is the Wrestling Mayhem Show, 870 Tuesdays. We've been talking about professionalized wrestling. I am Mike Sorg at Sorgatron on Twitter here in the Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. God, I love Pittsburgh. I don't spend a lot of time here these days, but I like coming back. But also with me from somewhere in the Mad Mike compound in upstate New York, he is something station, right? So which I was supposed to visit, but things got weird, things got questionable. And I think I'm just not allowed to visit one Mad Mike. He's a future. It just. This is the third time something is weird, and we're like, no, maybe next time, and I don't even know.
Sorg, it's okay. At this point, the way the past week and a half has been for me, it probably wouldn't have ended up.
You had a weird week too, so this is and this is all outside of the baseball kind of stuff.
Yeah, this is
I'm just like, I thought I had COVID for a minute, and then we said, fuck everybody else, I'm going to an amusement park. But I will not endanger Mad Mike, but fuck everybody at Hershey Pike, apparently. So,
well, I mean, they're already going to a park surrounded by chocolate. They're taking their life into their own hands.
I was about to headbutt some bros, man. I don't, it's oof. Sometimes just being in public is difficult. Anyways, that's not what this is about. This is about professionalized wrestling, and I didn't even verify the streams out there. I'm sure it's streaming out somewhere. I don't have chat rooms open.
I see prepared. Facebook.
Good. That's all that's important. No, if you're anywhere else, thank you for joining us. I know we're on a lot of other promotion platforms that I set up months ago. But a lot of the great conversation is happening over on the Facebook page. And let's get into the conversation. First of all, a lot of good news because I had a lot of travel. I was up in Long Island with Flex Fighting Series. Shout out to those guys out there. They run a tremendous show. It was 20 fights, and it was one of the most fun shows I've done in a long, long time. It's also the first MMA show I've done in a long, long time. So good thing I remembered how that worked. But anyways, no, we had a blast up there. Dutters came along and witnessed her first sweaty dick punching event.
Were all the sweaty dicks punched, or were all the sweaty dicks doing the punching?
So there's one dude, I don't know, his opponent. This guy was definitely the jobber booked, because you can kind of tell with MMA they kind of booked the jobber to like this guy.
Yeah, this guy Phil Brooks, he's a big jobber in UFC.
This guy's gonna sell the tickets, and we need somebody for him to punch for a couple minutes, right? And this guy was so unprepared. He came out and his cup wasn't on right, apparently, and they went ahead and started. We're like, where's this guy going? It's like in the one videographer's like, he just went to the bathroom, dude. I was like, what the hell? And then the second guy came out and everybody's going nuts. I was like, okay, this is one of the guys everybody's here for. And then he gets in there, like the other guy then shows up in the ring. Like I didn't even see him come in to get the shot, and they start to fight, and his cup falls out. Just laying there in the ring, and then they restart the match, and the cup falls out, and the ref just like, this is done. I thought there was going to be a damn riot, dude.
I would imagine.
Was so freaking worried for all of us.
Is that the UFC equivalent of when Eva Marie was trying to make her in-ring return and kept having wardrobe malfunctions?
It's kind of is, but it's just one of those, like, it was just so. And also, I love one of the announcers. They kept calling Sensei all night. So I presume he's a trainer. He was definitely like the fighter analyst guy on the night. And so I just, you know what, MMA is like, I definitely do not love MMA as much as like pro wrestling. But man, my appreciation, anytime I'm at Applebee's, what's up, Saturday Night Special, and there's MMA on, like, I'm watching it, right? Because I want to see what the big guys are doing. I'm not going to go buy a pay-per-view, but it has my attention now because because of the last couple of years of work and everything. So again, a Flex, a big shout out to them. I think they have a YouTube channel. They have a website where the pay-per-views are and everything. So go check them out. Just I got to do their show back in November as well. So for back at 18, this was like 25. So I hope again, and I'm the Long Island's kind of growing on me, sir. So
don't let it grow too much. That I don't believe there's many creams for that.
Oh no, yeah. Oh yeah. Well, there was the hotel room. Anyway.
There you go.
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of Long Island.
Oh yeah, better than you, baby. I thought he is from Long Island. That's right.
Yeah, he certainly is.
That's right. I love it.
I can't help it. If you have a really good angle, I'm gonna buy your shirt.
I inadvertently visited the beach where the serial killer was dumping bodies. By the way.
Jesus.
Because I go in, I look at social media, and there's like, man has been dumping bodies on Long Island for years, from like NPR, right? Just in the Twitter feed. This wasn't like a locational thing. And I'm just like, I just fucking got here. What's going on with this this fucking island, man? What is going on?
Sorg, you closed down Full Sail and you closed down a beach on Long Island.
Apparently, but very nice beaches on Long Island. So, anyways, Oh, big news. Okay, first let's talk about
NXT.
Yeah, NXT. I can't say after the overrun anymore because they've been ending on time. So I mean, we just start the show whenever, I guess.
Sorg. Dirty Dom.
Dirty Dom, baby.
Dirty. You know what tonight was, Sorg? This was the Dom and Don night. Dom and Don.
Dom and Don.
Donny D, the Don of NXT.
Oh, yeah. Holy crap. That was the most complicated way to get a championship match I've ever seen. Like, they had to walk through a lot of stuff. All right, okay. First of all,
I'm okay with it, though.
Let's stay on the dump. So what happened? So you didn't watch NXT because there's too much wrestling. Somebody come on and talk to me about G133 because I dozed off watching an Ishii match, trying to watch it after a long day of MMA.
Don't tell Ishii that. He'll chop your ass away.
He will. He'll be like, no, I like maps. I'm sure. So, listen, Ishii looks like a guy that likes naps, okay?
Yeah, but Ishii also looks like the guy to hit someone enough so they nap unexpectedly.
Ishii is the kind of guy that I think wakes up from a nap to go punch somebody. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's the deal. Like,
absolutely,
it's the vibe he gives off, right? Have you seen?
He's very much like Garfield in that way.
Have you? Yes. No. Yeah.
We need to know his stance on Mondays and lasagna.
Is Ishii wrestling's Garfield?
I mean, it's possible.
What is this show? What is this show right now? The Dawn.
The Don and Dom connection.
So he gets put in jail because of Callis.
Yep.
They've opened a plot that the other guy pretends to turn on Stacks turns on him.
Yeah.
To make him think that he wants to become the Don, tricking Callis into a match to let him out of jail / get a title match.
Right.
Am I following this correctly?
Yeah.
Okay. I know you're like, what is there not to understand?
Yeah, no. Sorg, have you ever watched Young Justice? This is basically the season finale of every season of Young Justice.
I do not ever want to hear you about overcomplicated storylines and other promotions that I love. This is so ridiculous.
I never talk shit about overcomplicated.
I know you say undercomplicated, right? So
yep.
I'm happy there's storyline. I'm just putting that on the line right now. If you ever say this is too complicated, I was like, I want to be like, remember what Stacks and the Dawn did with Callis that one time? Sorg.
We watched Lucha Underground.
It's true.
That had time travel and an infinity gauntlet.
Yeah, that is also true.
Please attempt to overcomplicate a story for me. Please attempt it. I beg a wrestling company to try and overcomplicate a story for me.
Absolutely. Anyways, no, so NXT is. Listen, and again, WWE is certainly at 11 right now. Like I feel like WWE is on such a level that creatively, I can't, even in the high years, I can't remember this much vibe. Like across the board. You had Monday Night Raw stuff was going crazy, right? This is like NXT is creatively interesting and all over the place.
Yeah,
fantastic.
You may not like all the in-ring.
No.
You can't say they ain't trying.
Like this Baron Corbin finding himself shit?
Yeah.
This is amazing, right?
And you know the craziest thing? This is what Baron Corbin has needed for years now.
I know, and it's like I love we're gonna strip you down and build you it's like Baron Corbin is doing a Young Lion dojo thing right now. Like
I honestly, I hope he goes to flatbacks and trains with Tyler Breeze.
Right.
That's what I'm hoping for. I don't know if that's gonna happen.
And put a pin.
That's what I want.
Put a pin in the Tyler Breeze. I've got the story
Yes.
about that later in the show. Oh, I forgot the tease things, but anyways, we'll get to it. Because we're going to talk about the Owen Hart finals. We're going to talk about everybody that's coming and going from mostly AEW and wrestling in general. We're going to talk about Don Callis here in the show. But anyways, the good news stuff. But yeah. So I'm very. So you got that happening in NXT, and then Dominic Mysterio comes in and wins the North American Championship from Wes. What? Super Judgment Day interference. But I did see last night where they're talking about, man, we should get some more gold, going on around here. And here you are.
You know what?
Dom and Mommy got some gold, baby.
This is the best thing that can happen for them, so that they look even more dominant on Raw.
Absolutely. And even just going into SummerSlam to make Finn look good against Seth, right? Well, everybody else's belts, of course Finn's going to get one, right? Or is it Damian? Either way, there's a good chance, right? So, there's a lot happening there. That's very cool.
And you know what? Dom's probably going to lose this at Great American Bash. It doesn't matter.
Sure.
It doesn't matter. It's still.
I
looks
feel like
good.
he should hold it through SummerSlam to help with that motif going into it. It is how where my amateur booking mentality would go with that if I was had a pencil on that one.
What if Seth Rollins cost Dominic the belt?
If Seth calls it. Oh no, that's good. That's actually very good. He does something, they piss him off. I only watched the first.
Because
half
then
of Raw.
we can lead to a Carmelo, Wesley, and Seth Rollins versus Judgment Day match on NXT, and I would like to see that very much, please. But I love that the Judgment Day is kind of taking over between Raw and NXT.
Yes. No, that's good. I like that.
They're essentially filling the power vacuum that the Bloodline left behind.
Absolutely. No, I think there's some really, really good stuff going on there. The other big news: women's championships changing hands. Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green.
No, Sorg, hold on. You have to say that correctly.
I don't. How are we saying it?
Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green.
Chelsea Green. Yeah, I know the announcer does that. I love the announcer does that.
That's how you have to say it.
No, I mean that's a really good come around for her. I mean, how many times was she let go from WWE?
And how many times was she on the verge of a push and then broke her arm?
Right.
Or something?
Right.
And plus, they've been putting in the work. The
Sonya.
The tag title match was good. The tag team turmoil match they had was really good.
Sonya and Sonya's been obviously she had a kind of a stutter step because of some personal issues outside of her control. But geez, Sonya's been a heel mainstay for through COVID.
Yeah,
right?
since the pandemic.
So she deserves something, right? She has been the go-to for that kind of stuff. So I'm very, very excited that they got to do that. So good for them. Anything else from Raw last night that I missed? I saw the Brock stuff at the beginning.
Viking rules.
Yes, I didn't know about this. Did they bring? All right, questions. They said they bring. So this is them against Alpha Academy, right?
Academy, yes.
Oh, well, I'm already interested. I gotta finish watching Raw.
Yeah.
So did they bring back all the shields and boat motif? Oh yes, he's nodding his head.
They did.
Oh,
you bet your ass they did.
fantastic! So here for it.
Sorg. Chad Gable. I don't believe he's human, first and foremost. He did a moonsault onto Eric into a Chaos Theory German suplex on Ivar. It's insanity.
These are four guys that can fucking go.
Yep.
Like, it's all crazy gimmicked and comedy and whatever, but these guys can fucking go. When they were War Machine, the Viking Raiders, like, they had fantastic matches. We all know the Ray Rowe stuff. Eric here in the area with Cleveland Mafia and J-Rock and with the Gambinos and everybody back in the day. Like, they're tag team specialists. They can fucking go and deliver, like, Ring of Honor style matches. And you tell me they just went all out on Monday Night Raw?
Hell yeah.
Fantastic. And that's, that's the beautiful thing right now, right? Is because this has shifted. The pay-per-views are becoming the feature for the top-tier talent, right? But there's still room for, let's have Gunther beat somebody up on SmackDown and have a great match. Let's have these guys go all out on Raw. Like, they're letting people let loose and do pay-per-view level matches on TV, and they need to, because honestly, I think the competition was initially, for a while they're whooping their ass in that aspect. But if they're like, hey, we're going to go out and just see a bonkers match on Monday Night Raw, and it's not just 3 hours of like, it was a squash, whatever. Like, fantastic. That's what we want out of our Monday Night Raws, right? So.
Yeah, I mean, even the Owens and Zayn versus Judgment Day match was awesome, and it even had continuation with Liv attacking Rhea for the earlier attack on Raquel. Like, it's all interconnecting. And if we can get a segment with Liv Morgan and Kevin Owens both just wanting to beat someone's up, I'm all for it. Because Kevin Owens is still consistently the best person in WWE.
I was watching the promo.
He just is.
With them, and they're going back and forth, and Sammy builds them up to a title match with Judgment Day, and he's like, I think my friend has something to say. Like, angry Kevin, like, just Sammy managing angry Kevin is one of my favorite things on digital exclusives, on promos and everything. And I've always appreciated Kevin Owens calling out the tropes of WWE, but also it's a point of love, right? It's like
absolutely.
He's here for the tropes.
He respects the tropes so much, and he gets so angry when you don't follow them.
That's not how it goes. I didn't even say your name.
It's the ultimate, like, you're not playing with your toys correctly.
Right, exactly. Oh man. So much to feel good about over there on WWE right now. So, and
Tina also said that there's the conditions for Becky and Trish. Did you hear about this, Sorg?
I did not.
Okay, so Trish said she will have a rematch with Becky if the following conditions are met. One,
I think I heard one of these.
I'm sure you probably did.
I think I did.
Becky needs to beat Zoe Stark in a match next week.
Okay.
And two, if Becky doesn't beat Zoe Stark, Becky has to get a tattoo that says "Thank you, Trish" on her chest.
Okay, that's what that was. I saw part of that. I'm just like, what is happening here? Okay, all right. It was like a weird headlight or something. Okay.
It's very odd. As long as we get to Becky and Trish, I don't care. I'm sure Lita will probably show up next week to help Becky beat Zoe Stark.
I think it'd be appropriate for her to come around, be the helper. Maybe she could even be the surprise to help out at SummerSlam for all we know. Either way, I'd be happy to see it. By the way, I still have SummerSlam tickets available. Face value, about $234 each, and if I don't get rid of them by Wednesday evening, I'm putting them up on the market where the markup's going to be about $70 a ticket through Ticketmaster. So, if you want tickets, they're near the entrance in the stands. So,
I'm just saying, this SummerSlam,
it's gonna be fucking great.
It's booked fucking great, but I think more than ever, there's a chance that young Mr. Dwayne Johnson shows up. Because honestly, what else is he doing now?
Well, that doesn't count as crossing the picket line. I think he's all right.
Why would it?
Yeah, I don't think it would. I honestly don't think it would.
It wouldn't.
But yeah, it's a whole other thing. Because
he's promoting The Rock.
Thank you, wrestling, for not having a union, I guess. Shrug?
No, but Sorg, did you watch SmackDown?
I did watch SmackDown, and I saw the call-outs by Grayson Waller
Grayson
the
Waller
show now.
calling him out.
Now it was on show, and this was and it was the same line from the Twitter, or somebody else said. I don't even think Grayson said this line, but it was like, your family is blowing up, this is happening, and you're calling me out? You know, you should probably look in your own house, sir. You obviously want the rub from me, which is a perfect, fantastic Grayson Waller thing. I love the Edge needs the rub, and in Madison Square Garden, and all the legends are getting the rub from me. I'm like, oh,
perfect.
This is so good.
It's perfect.
It's
great. Grayson Waller is everything they wanted Austin Theory to be, and it's so evident.
The heels are the greatest part
so
right
evident.
now. Between Grayson, between LA Knight,
yeah. LA Knight ain't no heel.
No. I mean, he is. I think he is. But
I don't think he is.
Listen, Roman's a heel, right?
Sorg, when I was at SmackDown at MSG, LA Knight came out to beat up Hit Row because they were insulting New York City.
Oh.
So that's a face pop.
In my play, fuck Top Dollar. But like Roman's been a heel for the last 3 years. Fact?
Yeah.
Roman has been cheered as a heel.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying LA Knight has transitioned, or is he in that?
He's transitioned.
He's being LA Knight.
Oh, he's absolutely transitioned.
Okay.
He's absolutely transitioned.
Okay.
He transitioned when he was trying to get a Mania match and then didn't get a Mania match.
Oh, really? I thought he's been fairly heel, or maybe I just kind of took it as that since.
Well, around WrestleMania time, he was like It just depends on who he's yelling at.
That's true. Exactly.
It depends on who he's yelling at, and once he yells so much where people start to cheer him, then they're like the fans essentially turn.
Hey, real quick on the chat room, real quick before we go for our shout outs. Dave Ponder saying also Sonya outlasted Ronda since Sonya had the MMA gimmick.
Ding dong, the bitch is dead.
I mean, she's not doing the MMA thing quite as much anymore, but still, it was like I was worried for her when they was like, she's a badass MMA girl, and it's like, and here's fucking Ronda Rousey, right? So, anyways. And there you go. There's that cue.
I only have to do that so many more times, Sork.
Yeah, because
I almost never have to do it again.
Hold that to the segment 3. I think you see the note there. I did not put that one in there, but we'll put that in there.
Oh no,
and Tina's saying she thinks there's a twist. Put on a tinfoil hat. The Creed brothers joined Schism to destroy them from the inside.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's where we're going. Okay, all right.
Absolutely.
So guys, again, this is Wrestling Mayhem Show. You can check us out on WrestlingMayhemShow.com. You hit us on the email address.
Good time
at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. Of course, you can join us. We're here every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on all the streaming platforms. Wrestling Mayhem Show on the Facebook, on the YouTube, Sorgatron Media Twitch page, and the IndieWrestling.us Twitch, YouTube. And you can go ad-free over IndieWrestling.network for the stream. But, of course, the chat rooms are where it's at. And we do pay most attention to the Facebook chat room because that's where everybody shows up for now. And typically I do keep an eye on the other, so apologies. I'm just not doing it tonight for reasons. But anyways, but you can also support the show on Patreon. Last week we had an hour discussion afterwards with Zeke. And we talked about a little bit of everything. I don't even know, but you know, it's a good time whenever Zeke's on, and I'm going to be up an hour even after we finish recording because we just bullshit about everything. But please go check it out, patreon.com/WrestlingMayhemShow. That's where you can support the show and help us out with some initiatives that we're attempting to grow things around here. And a shout out to the people that do support us already are at the fan of the show level, Bo Diggity! Woo! As well as Ed Berg, Team Hammerfist, and Bobby F. J-Town. At the Poppy Club level, Dave, Prof. Bob Podner, spousal Bruce Jewelry Affair at BruceJewelryAffair.com. And Ratchet and Trenchcoat, Tony Kincaid. At the Pizza Club level, Doc Remedy and The Riz. And at the manager level, Bradley. Again, you guys can be on the show and have me say your name in odd ways at patreon.com/ Wrestling Mayhem Show. And by the way, the audio version is now embedded in Patreon, so if you want to listen to it there, we don't do, we do this in kind of internal thing, but we don't do a lot of ads over there. But if you have the audio version, the video version, and the Patreon, all there in the Patreon app. And I think we got cleared. We might have gotten cleared. We might be cleared for the new version of Patreon here. I can't remember if Mayhem did. I think AwesomeCast did. And I'll be converting those over. So hopefully that means some more nifty features here. So, yeah, again, thanks to everybody that does support us over on the Patreon. So let's look at big news. Look over the AEW side of things. And before I get to that, a personal note, because listen, shit happens in production, and I'm not going to say I would not laugh at when this happens on the big side or to other people, because I know I've been there in so many aspects, but it is wild because this doesn't happen so often. And they were in Calgary on Saturday night. They had their 3 hours with Collision and Battle of the Belts. And I'm watching the DVR this morning. And trying to catch up from the traveling this weekend, and during the women's match, of course, we lost it, and they came back and mentioned multiple times the weather was so bad in Calgary, the satellite feed failed. That's
insane.
That I cannot imagine the level of redundancies that happen when with those kinds of things. So respect and good vibes going to the people that had to deal with that being live on TNT when that happened, because I know that was probably not a good night for the production people behind. Listen. We need to we feel for the wrestlers when some bad stuff happens to them and injuries and things like that. And I'm just gonna say, call attention and send good vibes to the production teams that when they have issues, because things happen. Right, it is not easy. What did I say about WWE? I will praise up and down the production of WWE on a consistent basis, and you barely see any problems. And AEW, again, they are, I would probably say, probably a younger team doing this for 5 years, and they do very, very well for the kind of wrestling that they're doing over there, and the kind of production they're doing there. And when something like that happens, you feel it right here, if you're in the business. So. But anyways, I just wanted to send some vibes on that. Owen Hart finals. Yes, go ahead.
I did kind of hope that AEW would put out the full match on their YouTube, but it doesn't look like they have.
They didn't. It's also available on.
I'm not sure if they can.
I was going to say that they mentioned that it was available on the app afterwards. It would be shortly. So and again, I think since they were on TNT, it's like we have to push people to the app, kind of situation. You don't see them plug in their YouTube too often. So I think that's a very explicit thing, especially since it was something like it was here.
Well, now that Dark and Dark Elevation aren't there.
Exactly.
Really
there wasn't anything explicitly. This is a product that they're making for TNT. They have to say, and it will be on the app shortly. Right?
Yeah.
That is it's not just, and we just throw it on YouTube. Like there's just so much more that, I'm sure they have to check boxes for. Owen Hart finals, of course. Our girl Willow wins the tournament there. So good things for Willow.
And Ruby is yet again left out.
But man, the story, the angst when maybe she comes back next year. Can she do it next year? You extend that story out. You know what I mean? You pull that thread out, right? And plus, it's Willow's time right now.
Yeah, I feel bad for Ruby.
She did her job. She
sure did.
She did her job. She fucking got Willow over, and I think it was again. I know,
but I'm a big Ruby Riott fan, and I want to see her succeed in AEW, and I agree. I feel like she's almost in a worse spot in AEW than she would be in WWE.
Well, now wait a minute. So she's part of this group, right? And and she was the focus of the group for a couple weeks for this tournament, right? Because she was putting in the work in the tournament, and she was the story of the tournament. She offed and got she got her win over Britt for last year. She got her, I can't remember who the middle match was.
Sky Blue.
It was Sky Blue. She got over on Sky Blue. So like she was like, I'm doing this again. Like she put in the work. So like it was almost like the tournament was built around her, to that extent. So, but it was to, again, kind of continue the establishment of Willow, especially since they're moving her into the Ring of Honor Women's Championship at the pay-per-view. So this all strings together for the next thing, right?
But
like,
that's my problem with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's my problem with it. ROH and AEW need to separate. I understand they're under the same umbrella.
I got you.
You're mixing too much chocolate and peanut butter.
I do like chocolate and peanut butter. Sorry.
Okay, you're mixing too much.
Sorry, I was just at the Hershey
chocolate
store.
and bleach. I don't know, something that doesn't mix exactly. Something that should not be mixed.
Mm-hmm.
Like
oil and water. What is that? What you're trying to get?
ROH should oil and water. All right, fine. Oil and water. Whatever analogy.
Okay. Yes.
But like it's just there's been enough lead time, and Lord knows there's enough talent that they should have separate rosters at this point.
Absolutely, and it's separating.
No, it's not.
No,
it's not.
I think it is.
They're having the ROH title match on Rampage.
Oh yeah, they did. Okay.
Like it's not separating. If anything, that should be a Death Before Dishonor, which, as far as I know, does not have many matches right now.
Yeah, but it's you don't need a book. It's Ring of Honor. You don't need a book advance.
Sorg, yes, you do. Yes, you do.
I think they're going to do fine. So
Sorg, if they're charging cash money for it, and it's not on like an app, you need to book matches.
Cash money is a construct.
Sorg, I'm not going to get into this debate with you, but
it's okay. It's all
you
simulation.
need to book matches.
Right
now.
Okay.
I mean, right now there's 4 matches booked. I'm saying 4 because there's no one for Claudio because what's his name? Mark Briscoe went down to an injury.
Oh, did he? Oh, I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a problem. That's a reasonable problem, right?
Of course, absolutely.
That's a oh shit, kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what do you got? You got Shibata and Garcia. This is Friday, by the way.
Yes.
You got Athena and Willow, and they've been working that for a bit. You got Lucha Brothers Kingdom, Best Friends, Aussie Open. Oh, Aussie Open's back together. Oh, cool.
Yep.
He's out of his injury.
And you have Samoa Joe versus Dalton Castle.
Yeah, and you're going to have a title match of some sort that they'll sort out this week.
Oh, I mean,
sure. So
it should be Eddie Kingston.
You could have a lead-in. What if? Okay, let me put my booking hat on, Mike.
Okay.
You got Blood and Guts on Wednesday.
You sure do.
You got Blood and fucking Guts on Wednesday in Boston, right?
Sure do.
You have all the people involved. You got Claudio. What if there's something and we end up with, hypothetically, Friday, Claudio versus Ibushi?
Wouldn't be mad at it, but
But you got my money. Is what I'm saying.
I mean, you don't have mine, but
You got my money. But also,
Okay.
I was buying the pay-per-view no matter what. I'm not even gonna be able to see it until like Monday morning. But yeah, so yeah, it's
But like if you're gonna have stuff on AEW that's Ring of Honor people, you should at least like talk about the matches for the pay-per-view.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and I think they are going into there'll be a big push on the show this week. So. Because right now the push is the Blood and Guts, or the push was to get into Calgary and through the tour on the Owen Hart thing.
I'll say this: I'm glad they're out of Canada.
Well,
I'm really glad they're out of Canada.
It sounds like everybody is. I'm hearing a lot of bullshit happened up there. Apparently, it's not easy to run shows in Canada. So
No, it's not because
the Bucks were kept getting fucked on flights. It seemed from week to week on being the elite and stuff like that. I feel like there's gonna be this is the Canada tour from hell. So, but again,
it's not even a tour. It's one week at a time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like-
Which makes it worse because
Yeah,
everybody's
because
flying,
then you have to leave and come back.
internationally back and forth and everything. So it's
That's why when WWE goes to Canada, they do it for a weekend. Then
Yeah.
they leave.
Yeah, they're just like, and we out. So I don't know. Maybe it's again early, young company. They're still learning how to logistics, that kind of stuff, right? So for all we know, so that's my hypothetical. I don't know, but because everything I see, any of those kind of weird mess ups I see with it's like it's a 5-year company versus a 6-year-old company. That's it. That's all there is to it. So and who knows. I don't know how to run a fucking touring company, so and as I can see, it's not easy, and everybody fucks it up according to the American Gladiators documentary. So and I think we put a pin in because you were talking about Ricky Starks and how it's a little weird. I think we saw where that was going. I thought that was the first little inkling myself, I think I said last week. So Ricky kind of doing the give me my trophy thing, and I think we're going to see a little bit of old style Ricky Starks coming up here. So what? I mean, come on. He was a great heel.
He was.
I think
but
he can get a lot further as a heel.
I think that's the wrong person to turn him heel
Against Punk?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. He got over
peop-
on him. He's,
People are still gonna boo Punk.
Unless
Unless they only have him come out in Chicago.
he's doing a little CM Punk. CM Punk's doing a little bit of John Cena right now because I saw him.
Oh, he's doing a lot of
hug the
John
guy
Cena.
right beside the guy flipping him off after the show.
Yeah, he's literally doing John Cena. Except when he steals lines from Edge.
Was the match great?
It was fine.
It was fine. Okay.
It was fine. Like the tag title match was great.
Oh my God, dude, that was the biggest thing because God, what night was that? I think it was Sunday night. I heard about it. Like, oh my God, we had like an hour-long tag match, and I was like, okay, I gotta see this. I turned on.
I thought it was a little excessive, but it was still a really good.
Dude,
match.
that is and this is the thing. This is what I was waiting for with the Jay White coming over. I'm like, we're gonna get these like crazy like New Japan style matches. You saw that at Forbidden Door for the one match, right? And I think that's the thing. Nobody's doing that in America. First of all, and they haven't done it often. We got a 60-minute draw with Hangman and Danielson a while back,
and with MJF and MJF and Cole had a 30-minute draw.
Right. So and that's interesting because I feel like when
I'm glad this wasn't a draw though. I would have
absolutely.
I would have been very.
And that's exactly why we did 2 out of 3 matches. 2 out of 3 falls, right? But
if it was I'm saying this right now. If it was a draw, I was gonna turn off.
They were going.
I was legit gonna.
They were calling that there was 6 minutes left in the match though on commentary.
Yeah, that's why I was pissed off.
I'm like, but I think they did that to fuck with you. I think they legit did that to fuck with you even more.
Yeah, but
which is so smart.
I will say this: it seemed to fuck with the timing of the rest of the show because you promote that the end of the Owen Hart tournament's gonna be on Collision, and while the winners were announced, they didn't really get to celebrate, and you didn't have the presentation and all that stuff, and you had to watch Battle of the Belts, which if your DVR didn't catch it, like mine didn't, because it's a separate thing, then you missed out on it.
Well, I knew to set my DVR.
Yeah, but
because Excalibur told me to.
Sorg, I don't care about Battle of the Belts.
Also,
they've had 7 of these. None of them have ever mattered.
I also have to make sure my DVR is going to know SmackDown's on FS1 this week. So, shit happens.
But
also, I presume because of the satellite delay, I didn't get to see the end of the match on my DVR.
The end of what match?
The end of whatever the last match was on there.
On Battle of the Belts?
Yeah.
Oh, it was Sean Spears.
You know what?
And
that's okay, because it's on the TNT app anyways.
And the TNT app is garbage.
Oh, it's fucking garbage. Yeah, but so is the USAR.
The TNT app is almost as bad as the Bleacher Report app.
Oh no.
Almost.
As somebody who had exclusively watched AEW for like a year on the West Coast feed on the app, the Bleacher Report app is much worse than the TNT app. Okay. Like it's All right. Anyways, you know what? We are gonna go take a break, take a breather, get a coffee, whatever the case may be. Make a sandwich. I don't know. Have a slice of pizza from our friends at Slice on Broadway. I'll officially plug them later. We'll be right back. Here's some videos for you guys on the live feed, and then you're just gonna hear Katie's voice for a little bit on the audio, and that's how it is. Did you know you got 2 different shows? Turns out you do. We'll be right back after this.
2PW's top guy, I'll say, the country hammer, Jamie Jamison. Otis Cougar is here in 2PW, the evil incarnate himself. Oh, another one.
Cannonball!
Oh, Cannonball!
Otis invented this style!
Cougar now in control of each other, but running him into the, right into the chin. The top guy here in 2PW. He just smashed the top guy. Hammer really has him up and, Olympic slam, you come to close the chapter. And again, like a 2x4. Wrapped in barbed wire.
That's his straight razor.
Cougar special delivered. Okay. Those are tacks. Fans back up from this.
That's $1.
Back body drop onto the tax. As a DVD through the chairs. We just witnessed probably one of the most brutal matches in history.
Jamie Jamison is a brutal son of a bitch.
2PW's top guy, I'll say, the country hammer, Jamie Jamison.
We are back, Wrestling Mayhem show. Sorgatron. Wait, I don't like calling myself Sorgatron. It's not a name for me. That's a name for you. No,
Okay.
That's a name for my Twitter. Anyways, Mad Mike is here with us.
Yeah, I'm here with the Sorgelstein.
That's even worse. Anyways, I got this note from the chat room.
The sorghum, wheat,
my
and rye.
gosh. By the way, Joe Dabrowski got to call Triple Mania. It sounded like it was so much fun with everything. And it's like,
I'm glad he got out of there. Okay.
Tina says, what? Got out of there? Oh, yeah. I don't know if he was. Well, that's the thing. He doesn't always go to Mexico when he does
That's
these.
fair.
He's safely in his domicile studio in Pittsburgh when he half the time when he's calling AAA. So and I don't know if this was a travel trip for him. I just knew he wasn't on the one trip that we were talking about going into it. I need to catch up with him because things. Tina, and QT Marshall being Penta in an ambulance match at Triple Mania was not on my bingo card for 2023, but here we are. So
Oh, boy.
yeah,
That sounds. I don't even know how to respond
Triple
to that.
Mania is its own animal, man. It's like there's
Sure sounds like it.
there's AAA and Detroit Wrestling, kind of the similar, but not. Anyways, what are we doing? Comings and goings is what I'm calling this segment.
Comings and going.
A lot of people coming, a lot of people going. Actually, most people are going. First of all, you alluded to one of your favorites, but one of the big news for this week: Tyler Breeze in a wrestling ring for the first time in 2 years, sir.
Excellent.
He beat.
Competing anyway.
Yes. What?
He's been in a ring.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But competing and stuff. Sure. Oh no, I have an ad blocker on here.
Oh, Sorg, what did you do?
What is happening? I don't even know how to take the ad blocker off. I'm on an iPad.
No one knows how to take ad blockers off, Sorg.
Jeez, let me see if I can throw it in Safari. Oh,
He
come
returned
on.
to the ring to defeat Matt Cross and become the new generation wrestling champion.
Yes. So good to see Breezy out there.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Leaving AEW. Vickie Guerrero's contract is reportedly up. So, and I felt, listen, there's some stuff for her to do up in Stanford. I'm just saying, it'd be nice.
She needs to get not canceled first.
It'd
stuff.
be okay.
She said some not great stuff.
The stuff with her daughter or
But
something.
I'm saying let her cool off.
Mm-hmm.
Let her chill out.
I think that's it. She hasn't been on
and
TV in months.
No,
so.
but Sorg, here's what you do.
Mm-hmm.
You let the heat die down,
Mm-hmm.
as it always does, and then you bring her back in May for Mother's Day. That's what you do. That's what you do.
Yeah, we're on the same. Mommy is in trouble because mommy's home.
Yes, because Mother's home.
Because mother is home. Brian Pillman Jr. Reportedly his contract has lapsed as well. In related news, Pillman's going to be showing up at Rise Wrestling in September. So
wow.
He is owed a rematch for that championship because it did
And
not go well.
Tina's saying Breeze will be taking on Matt Cardona at Prestige Wrestling in Portland.
Nice.
And I'm sure there will be no WWE references at all in that match.
None at all. I hope
none at all. Have you seen the Rider Taker? Did you see this?
Excuse me.
See this?
Talk to me about this. The Rider Taker.
The Rider Taker. So
I'm attempting to Google this.
Matt Cardona. He tweeted out on July 15th a picture of him and Steph DeLander as the Undertaker and Paul Bearer from GCW.
Oh, jeez. I got Rider truck.
Because
oh no. Oh no. Oh,
Yep.
I just got pictures. Oh,
Yep.
What is this?
Mhm.
Oh no.
Sorry, I'm putting one in the Slack for you too.
Oh no. What? He's in a graveyard in one of these, or is that a
Sorg.
Photoshop? Oh no.
Sorry, I put one in the Slack for you too. So you
Okay.
can pull that up.
All right, I'll see what I can do here. Wow.
But-
Dude,
So-
his commitment, because his Indiana Jones indie god thing
That he still needs to give Jesse some royalties.
that he wore at that he wore at Warrior Wrestling was fantastic, and I understand. I don't know if it's up, but somebody sent me a preview of that uncut. It'll finished from a couple weeks ago, kind of thing. So.
But yeah, I think Cardona is angling to get a match with Blue Cane.
Hey, Blue Cane's been around for a while. I saw the tweets were from like 2021.
Oh wow!
I've asked
Okay.
at least 2 promoters to book him. So, oh jeez, this picture. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Does
Do you
he
see?
have?
Do you see?
Does it say
Yeah.
DMK Pride on his chest, and he has Steph on his
Uh-huh.
neck?
Yep.
Oh no.
He sure does.
Oh my gosh.
Uh-huh.
I don't know where the Steph DeLander came from, but this is a fantastic.
Well, she came from
act.
NXT. She was.
No,
she was-
really?
Yeah, you don't remember? She was Persia Parada. She was feuding with Indy Hartwell, Dexter Loomis with Duke
Nope.
Hudson.
Nope. Not
Oh,
even a
Sorg,
little
how
bit.
do you not remember? Where they were trying to see who's the hottest couple in NXT, and they were trying
Yeah.
on cowboy
No,
outfits. and shit.
that's when I gave up on it on WWE for like
Oh,
6 months straight.
Sorg,
I
all
know.
right, I'm
Well,
gonna
this is
I'm gonna
where
find you a
told
link
me
of this.
But
I'm gonna find you a link of
I
this.
mean,
It's something
what-
you need to watch afterwards.
okay, all right. Is this kind of like how we all loved Curtis and Bateman and
Betamax?
Maxine? Yeah, Beta
It's
the
exactly
Betamax thing
that.
is exactly Maxine.
It's exactly.
I remember
that.
you talking
But
about
it's,
that.
okay. But it's they're Sorg. They're in a Texan boutiquerie, trying on different clothes to see which is the hottest couple in NXT. It's wonderful. Oh God! Now I need to find.
All right. So, also coming and goings, Ian Riccaboni. Not too
Yeah.
has had his contract extended. He is officially the fill-in guy, I guess, for Kevin Kelly because he is still has his New Japan responsibilities. So Ian will be the voice of Collision for the next 4 weeks, from the sounds of it, from what I was reading. The great. I've worked with Kevin as well. Worked with Ian before. Actually, yeah, as he referenced the New Japan show that Willow won the belt. as well as WrestleCon, and I think somewhere else we probably ran into each other. But no, great guy, and I learned so much about Allentown from his calls on Ring of Honor. No, good to see that, and I think that was the first time he got to call wrestling on cable TV. He was talking about was one of his dreams. So, and I thought he did a fantastic job there on Saturday, and I like his commentary in general. So, you know,
he was fine.
he was
He
fine.
needs to study up a little bit.
Study up a little bit.
Yeah, there were a lot. He also called it ROH at one point.
Well, listen, you can understand being confused. So,
But
also understand they probably recorded Ring of Honor right before it. So,
and don't you see my problem now?
I see your problem, but I don't see it as a problem. Your problem is your problem.
It's a problem.
It's a problem. You
It's a
know.
problem.
Okay.
Yeah, if they recorded NXT right before Raw and they said, "Oh, welcome back to Monday Night NXT," we'd rip them a new one. I'm just
Why
being
would you
fair.
rip them a new one? I just said leave the production people alone. Things happen, and it's hard out there. Mike, I could rip you a new one for flubbing on this podcast. This professional podcast since 2006.
Sorg. If I was getting paid what the commentators are, I wouldn't be flubbing.
Also, that whole idea that it doesn't matter what level you're on, it's the same shit. There's that too. So
No, I'm aware of that, but you know,
no, it happens. So, jeez. No. So Ian and did you mention somebody else
no.
was coming or going? I thought.
Oh,
we're coming
no,
back around to.
Vickie
Somebody at WWE.
Breeze and
I thought somebody from WWE you were bringing up too.
coming or going. No,
Okay.
I am mentioning them.
So there it is. That is your coming and goings report. This is like, that's my. I don't know. This is a section. Well, I guess if there's enough of it, like, hey, a lot of people had contracts up or anything like that. So it's hard out there for a pimp. Says Tina.
Of course.
There you go. They're talking about Steph DeLander and Cardona. Their tag match with Bussy was something else.
Yeah, and
So-
apparently they have an upcoming match with Maki Death Kill.
Talk to me about this.
Maki Death Kill. Maki Ito and Nick Gage
Oh,
in New York.
oh my God, that's some adorable violence. Holy title changes for Slammiversary. I've not caught up on
Mhm.
everything that's happened on that.
Yeah, Naomi, new women's champion.
Whoa. Okay. All right.
New women's champion. Trinity, excuse me,
Mhm.
not Naomi. But yeah, Trinity is the new champion, and Mercedes was there to support her. So that's awesome.
Of course.
On her crutches and everything. By the way, Sorg, I got tickets to meet one Mercedes Vernado.
Really?
Comic-Con. Yes.
Okay. Nice.
And I'm also going to be meeting the first half of this shirt.
Oh, MJF.
Yep. That's going to be interesting.
I want to see your experience because I mean, we know what he usually does in public, So
I'm very excited by it.
yes. So, God, those two are one of the best acts in AEW right now. It's
Oh
so
my
fun.
God.
It's so much fun.
They're like the best thing is, I don't know where they're going with it.
I know,
And-
but you're
and
enjoying the
I
ride,
don't-
right?
I don't care
Yeah.
where they're going with it because
Right?
Cole and MJF are such good professionals and good promo guys that it doesn't matter. This is like the much
Right.
better version of MJF and Jericho.
But I think Wrestle Logic would dictate that you will see this. I'm sure it's going to break apart by All In or All Out.
Oh, it could break
So-
apart tomorrow night.
Yeah. But I think that's the
But-
lead. So
Sorg, imagine if they won the titles.
yes.
And
Yes.
then because you can ride this thing
Mm-hmm.
with MJF saying, I can't defend two belts at the same time, and I'm really focused on my tag team titles right now. that buys you another couple of months.
Absolutely.
With MJF as
Absolutely.
the
And
champion.
something he could do to hold on to his belt, right? So,
And
like,
plus, you know who can take it off of them? I don't know his injury status. Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly.
mm,
And what you can do is you can do the exact same gimmick
mhm.
that they did in NXT. And you can have Roderick Strong be really upset. He gets Kyle O'Reilly, and they're trying to convince Cole, and Cole's like, "No, MJF is my best friend." And they're really partners and everything. And then in the match at the pay-per-view, Adam Cole gets taken out on the outside,
Mhm.
and MJF has to wrestle the whole match, and it looks like he's gonna win until Cole gets back up, gets tagged in, and super kicks the fuck out of MJF. And we get the Undisputed Era in AEW,
Mhm.
and they've outsmarted Max.
I like it. I like it.
That's what I want. That's what I really like. If I'm writing it, that's what I want.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's still very unlikely Cole is going to beat MJF. But that makes me think it's a lot closer.
Some more news. TNA is reporting from the TNA show. There was just too much wrestling this weekend. Leo Rush is the new X Division champion. Subculture is tag champs.
Wow.
Remind me again who Subculture is.
Mandrews and Flash Morgan Webster.
Thank you. Wow. Wait, Flash Morgan Webster? Isn't that?
I'm pretty sure.
Guy
That's
from
what they were in
205?
NXT. That's where they were in NXT UK. I can double check.
Kenny King is the new digital media champ. Masha and Killer Kelly are the new KO tag champs.
Wow.
Ooh, that I gotta catch up on. I did. You know, I want to keep for Patreon.
Yeah,
I'm
Mark
going to-
Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster.
I'm going to tell you,
I thought so.
Mike. Remember to tell about that. I'll make a note. But there's a little production trick that involves Impact Wrestling that I shared with my wife this weekend or Thursday
boy.
night.
That's terrifying.
And I will save that for Patreon because I don't want that to be a
Okay.
thing. So sure, okay.
But
noting
Sorg,
this.
back to this MJF and Cole thing.
Mhm.
So one thing I really have been enjoying about MJF is him acting as a pure babyface
Mhm.
during this whole bit, to the point where in their last tag match, he handed the ref the Dynamite Diamond ring.
I saw that.
I was like, oh, that's a really, really nice touch.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very nice touch. Considering that it's just a standard weapon in the video game. Like, not even a standard weapon, it's a standard move.
Yeah.
His signature is using the Dynamite Diamond ring. Like,
I love it.
That's
I
wonderful.
love it. All right. Well, anyways, you know, if you want to catch up with wrestling in the Pittsburgh area and beyond, IndieWrestling.us, there's a lot of great stuff going on there. If you like things that end with Taker, there was a Soul Taker on 880 Wrestling a few weeks ago, and you can go check that out for free on the YouTube page for IndieWrestling.us as well as the Indie Wrestling Network. A lot of great stuff coming up here. Of course, this weekend we do have Revenge Pro is happening in Erie, Pennsylvania. Their battle for Lake Erie. And that will be part of our VOD collection in the coming weeks, as well as VCW. This Sunday, we are going to go live with VCW Victory Championship Wrestling with champion Remy LeVay, Beastman, and so much more. Envy Young is going to be a part of that show. So that will be all there. IndieWrestling.live. There will be information very shortly for you to tune in on Sunday. But in the meantime, just tune in and subscribe. Get your 7-day trial over at IndieWrestling.network. And, of course, if you watched last week's Spotlight Slam, I apologize. There will not be a Spotlight Slam this week because I got a little busy, and that's my fault, and I apologize. Life got in the way. But if you check out last week's Spotlight Slam, I think that was episode maybe 53. Over there is actually a code for you to get a percentage off. I think 30% off for 3 months of the Indie Wrestling Network. So you can get a little extended discount if you want to sign up for that, which will include this weekend's live stream of VCW's show from McMecken, West Virginia. And go get tickets, of course. It's going to be a fun show. And they got some very interesting guests coming up in the coming months. One I think Mike would be very interested in as well, which I'll tell him after the show. So,
Okay, I'm
yes,
excited.
You're excited.
I'm guessing Delirious, but I've been wrong before.
Close. But anyways, let's get back to it. The other big news, and I haven't seen video of this. I saw some responses about it and things like that. Don Callis was apparently attacked at the press conference for Triple Mania this weekend, and of course, Don Callis being the consummate heel. I think he ended up involved with the Kenny Omega match with against Vikingo. So one fan saw it as an opportunity to attack the manager. I guess this is a good point. We're talking about shitty fans, I guess, earlier. Everything we know is an angle up the point, according to this quote on Wrestling Inc., who was apparently upset about what Don had said to Kenny, jumped Don from behind, ripped his suit, concussed his eardrum, and busted open his mouth while he was trying to choke out Don from behind. It says Brian Alvarez was saying this over on Observer. Don was screaming profanities at the fan before he was pulled off and was said to be livid afterwards. Says his neck and ankle were both injured as a result of the attack. He was subsequently rushed to the hospital. Aside from the horrific attack there, Don Callis' recent heel run has a toll on his body as a manager. Between this and that definitely permanent scar from when he was bleeding from a couple months ago. Don is like, I've never seen a manager take so much abuse, and real abuse apparently as well. So, I mean, this is kind of, I think, just another chance to discuss the fans. And again, this is Mexico, and I understand their fans are very hardcore and is very real to them from conversations I've had from people that wrestle in Mexico. So that's one security. Holy shit. But again, it's Mexico. This is how they roll, I think. But yeah, so he was rushed to a hospital in actually San Diego for urgent medical attention. They were in Tijuana, so they were just across the border there. If you look at a map, they are very, very close. So yeah, so that's pretty crazy. Post-show conference, he was there. Takesha actually attacked Kenny Omega as part of the angle at the press conference, and I'm sure we may see footage of that this week on the show in response to that. So we'll see what happens with that. So yeah, so pretty scary.
Yeah, I mean that just sucks.
That does. That really does suck.
Wrestling is a show, guys. Don't take it too seriously.
Yes. So I get it. Some fans are pressed to kind of tell the difference, so which is unfortunate. It's like it's interesting because it's the beautiful thing about pro wrestling, but sometimes can become the scary thing about pro wrestling is that I don't want to call it overbelief. And it leads to something like this. So I wish Don Callis the best in recovery here, and hope
knowing Don Callis, he is going to use this in the best of ways.
Oh my God, he will talk this up and down. It's gonna be like when Ospreay was putting down Canada.
Yeah.
I feel like this is gonna be like obviously, like if they go back, they do anything else with Kesha or Kenny or something with him as a manager, he'll be like, I was attacked here, yada 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 kind of thing. I feel like somebody was just talking about an incident like this. I feel like from a while ago. I don't know, like maybe it was Jericho or something like that, talking about like how crazy it was down there and how somebody like almost didn't get out and their all their tires were slashed or something like that. So like I feel like somebody was just talking about this in Mexico, but no. So that was pretty crazy.
Maybe it was from a Dark Side of the Ring.
Could have been a Dark Side of the Ring. I don't know. Jeez.
They always talk about stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, it's a good story. Like, and it's wild because it doesn't like happen much anymore. And the idea that, oh man, people were, and especially back in the day when like it was presented as real, to say, yeah, so my car got flipped over because I screwed Bruno Sammartino out of the title or something like that, right? So,
Tina says Callis should be in a Popemobile vehicle like when Britt got injured. I mean, I'd be okay with it.
I mean, where's the one from Vince Russo, right?
Or just like a traveling coal mine.
I can see him doing it. So, I lost my thought there. Did I tell you about the Bucky Palermo story that I got to witness?
No.
So he was a referee. I think they were in Johnstown. This is before he passed several years ago. And we recorded it. We have it somewhere here. Again, a lot of footage we need to go through here. With Carlins, and he told this story. I think it was Bruno, and maybe he was teaming with Dominic DeNucci, and they were the heels. And ref is distracted, and the heels pin. I think they pinned Bruno in Johnstown.
Wow.
Like under 2 hours away from Pittsburgh. Holy shit, right? And I guess Bruno looks up to him, and he just looks at Becky, the referee, and says, "How you gonna get out of here?" Because I mean, you've seen the old footage.
Oh yeah.
You're lucky if there was a rope to keep you between the crowd and you, right? So yeah, I think he did need a police escort out that night as a referee. So like it's again one of the beautiful, scary things about professional wrestling that I think attracts a lot of us to that kind of mystique. So, but anyways. Well, guys, you know what also has a lot of mystique for me? Our friends at Slice on Broadway. New York City Stallions are made. SliceOnBroadway.com. Way too many locations in Pittsburgh. No, not enough. No, and they were also, I'll give a cross shout out here to our friends over at Enjoy Wrestling. They're not ones that we work directly with, but I do like what they're doing. I've had some great conversations with that crew. But Slice on Broadway will be a part of, get this, Taco Mania in 2 Sundays with Enjoy Wrestling. It's a brew fest, taco food truck fest, and I think it's just all happening around Slice on Broadway. So I wonder if they're gonna have like a pizza taco or something to join in on that. We'll see what's going on there. SliceOnBroadway.com. Go check out our good friends if you are in the Steel City area. What did you learn from wrestling this week? And Tina is already ahead of us. It's like she knows the format. I swear I didn't send her the format, Mike. What she learned in wrestling. It's Veda time, and I stand with Giselle. I want to know.
Both true statements.
I want to know what Veda did, because I heard some good vibes from her on Twitter, but I didn't know what she was involved with this weekend. I didn't happen to catch that. But I think the Giselle comment, I think Rick Steiner has been removed from WrestleCon.
Really good.
Yes. Okay.
Good.
So
That's
let
good
me
to hear.
let me update you on what I read not too long ago.
Okay.
WrestleCon said, and WrestleCon had a statement that they didn't realize how bad the incident was. Right.
So in other words, WrestleCon moonwalked like Carmella entering from
Big time.
gorilla position.
Basically, Rick was announced for the Detroit. They're doing kind of a mini WrestleCon around SummerSlam. I don't think they're doing shows or anything. It's just going to be like it's like
a signing.
They did something. I think they did something around Rumble like this as well. So it is a mini WrestleCon that they're having up there. They're Sting's going to be there. A lot of big names. The usual, and then the Rick and Scott were announced. Obviously, flashback from the LBGT community to have them as a part of that. They requested Rick that apologize within 24 hours. And also they said that they are working very closely with other cons that they're connected with to establish...
Avoid booking him?
No. To establish a policy around making everybody feel comfortable. I can't remember what you call it, but there's a specific name for it.
Like an inclusivity?
Yeah, not inclusivity, but like a harassment policy.
Oh, okay.
So which that's fucking terrible that your guest. And if you don't know, at WrestleCon, Rick Steiner walked by Giselle Shaw and yelled, "You're a man," apparently in the crowd, and obviously, from there. So, everybody, that's shitty. That's fucking shitty. Let's be honest about it.
He's the douche face gremlin.
Yes, very much so, right? So that has been a thing. So, but he's gotten removed from that booking, and that's
good.
And that's good. That's good. And he was given an opportunity to attempt to make things right, and did not. So that is that is what it is, and that is the consequence of that. So yes, you can say whatever you want in America. It does not protect you from consequences of the people around you. Within other laws. Veda was announced to be part of the Defy Spirit commentary team next Friday. Yay!
That's awesome.
I want to hang with the Veda again. That's good to hear. So, yes, I will be there as well, Tina. Yeah, the apology should be as public as the disrespect. But
absolutely.
I digress. Yes, absolutely.
I'd say even more public.
Even more public than the wrestling audience.
Why settle for equality there?
Exactly.
That would be more public.
Sure. But no, that's shaping it. That Defy show's shaping up freaking bonkers, and Mike Maki Ito's a part of it.
Sorg, you gotta have fun.
I'm gonna have fun.
You go have fun.
I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna have a blast. And the tech emails are already coming in for that show. So, yes. So anyways, no, it is gonna be fun, and I'm excited to get back out to Seattle. And Tina, we gotta have a sidebar on that. By the way, because I have some ideas of some things I want to do. I'll make sure. You're my Seattle guide, so I want to see what's up there. But no, it's gonna be great to see crew. I missed the Defy crew. I haven't seen them since October, so I'm glad to have a chance out there, and they sound excited to have me out. So, but yeah, that is a thing. And just a shout out generally Remix. They the incredible thing our friends that I mentioned enjoy. They're a part of Remix, and I think even this evening they debuted the last show that happened, which also had who was on it? Sue Young, I think, was a part of it.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh no, dude! I'm sitting there the last show they had, and they announced her, and they announced somebody else as another Joshi that escapes my head right now. And I'm like, how the fuck are they booking a show for me when I'm busy? Kind of thing. So, but anyways, I digress. And I can watch it on Remix for free. Go check that out. It's Remix with a W. The really cool product, and the shows that we're talking about between Spirit and the John Moxley show, I think they're announced officially, but all those shows are going to be on Remix. Either in this case, these are going to be after the fact. I think the Moxley show is going to be on the Thursday after next weekend, and the Spirit show should be within weeks. I think. Again, the schedule's not in front of me, but I think it's all on their website. So, very, very cool thing. And excited to work with that crew again. And just that excited to feel that vibe. Mike, I'm going to OD on the Washington Hall vibe after 2 nights, I swear. It's going to be incredible. So, especially a fucking Moxley match in that fucking building. So
watch out for spray.
Last time I was there, well, I'm up on the balcony. If they're getting me, there's a problem. The whole
Still,
crowd's in the splash zone.
Sorg, watch out for spray.
Yeah. Yes. Last time I was there was Suzuki. I think Suzuki Tom Lawler was the match.
Wow.
So, yeah. Also, probably on Remix. Go watch it, guys. Go watch our friends on Remix. While we're at it, while I'm giving shout-outs, go get the code from the Warrior Wrestling YouTube for Manscaped and support them, too. So, just support friends. If you need it, Rich Bocchini. Did I talk about on the show how Rich Bocchini was the most over on talk about Manscaped for the entire night? Did I? I mean, like, we had all these tech problems with the graphics situation because of the heat.
Yeah, I remember this.
And
he ad-libbed all the Manscaped ads.
And I think I just kept talking about. You can go watch the event. I think the original event's still on their YouTube. And just in between the first 5 matches, I had nothing that I could go to, so I just took the cameras. And Manscaped gave them a box. I'm giving a free ad over here, but I want to support our friends. And we just He just like, and he's with Val Capone, and he's just like, hey, check this out. You know, this is really great. You know, it's like, wow, he wasn't kidding. You know, like he's. So there you go. If you want to know about Manscaped, tweet Rich Bookkini. Tell him the Mayhem and Sorg sent you. See you in Seattle, Rich. Shit. Mike, what did you learn from wrestling this week? We've just been talking about Tina's.
Okay, so I learned 2 things from wrestling this week. I relearned that AEW has never missed.
I need to watch the Suzuki episode still. Shit.
Sorg gets really good.
Uh-huh.
It's really good, and I didn't understand, like, conservatively, 85% of it.
Okay. As like language-wise or
Yes.
conceptually?
No, yes. Yes. Just watch it. You'll appreciate it. The second thing I learned is that Chase U is the smartest university within wrestling, because they have their star pupil, Thea Hale, who's really good at a submission hold, actually get a submission match for a pay-per-view.
Wow.
And I'm very excited for that, because I think Thea Hale could win, and I would very much love to see Chase U get some gold, because they have been secretly one of the biggest secrets in NXT. Just the most fun part. Duke Hudson, like we were talking about with the Persia Parada stuff. Duke Hudson, he was good, but he was like he was a poker player at one point that lost to Cameron Grimes, and now he's like the MVP of Chase U, and it definitely was supposed to lead to a heel turn for him, and they just all worked so well that they just kept riding with it. And it's fantastic.
Awesome.
It's consistently one of my favorite things on NXT.
Mike, this isn't what I learned, other than I literally just learned it right now. But you didn't tell me a very important fact about the Viking Raiders versus Alpha Academy.
Yes.
That Titus O'Neil was on commentary.
Sorry, I wanted that to be a surprise for you.
Whoa, we got to keep Titus O'Neil on commentary, apparently. This is Public Enemies on Twitter. The man just went from talking about Jesus Christ to calling the Viking Raiders musty in less than 30 seconds. What the fuck, dude?
I see no problems. I see no problem.
Oh my gosh. Misa's going to be confused. Like, why are you watching Raw on a Tuesday night? You should be catching up on Ring of Honor. I was like, yes, I should be. But I heard about Titus O'Neil
Sorg,
talking
watch
about
Raw.
Jesus
watch
Christ
more
and
Raw. If Raw
Holy
is good,
shit.
you should watch Raw.
Yes,
Raw,
absolutely.
Raw was good
And
last
it's going
night.
to take me like a half an hour to watch it, because I want to skip through anything I don't want to see. So, you know.
Yeah.
So, oh my gosh.
I can't believe I didn't tell you to watch the Viking Rules match, though. Oh, so much fun.
Missed it. I was just going through the show, and skipping anything that looked whatever. Geez, I can't tell you that I learned anything from wrestling this week. We did the MV show on Thursday. I'm trying to remember what happened there. And again, I've been catching up a lot on Ring of Honor. I've been learning what I learned from Wrestling Week was a lot about Allentown, because Ian keeps talking about Allentown. So, Mike, what do you think about Ian's rap on Willow's entrance? As a writer yourself and performer on this show musically,
I think he should stick to his day job.
he knew that is his day. Well, okay, yeah.
No, it's not.
It happens at his day job, but yes,
There's a lot of things that happen at my day job that are not my day job.
Mike, they've been doing this every week on the show that she comes out on Ring of Honor, and I was shocked that they let him do it on TNT.
I mean, all right. First of all, we know there's not a lot of oversight for commentary on AEW programming, just in general.
I think everybody's in on the joke and having fun, and I appreciate.
Yeah,
that.
no,
Yeah.
that's fine.
I'd
much rather Harley Cameron sing.
When
I'll say that.
allegedly in the past other places have been shit to have, to be on the headset, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think they appreciate that, and especially considering members of them have been on that team and know that experience.
Yes. No, I know.
You know,
but
whether it be whatever company that may have been over the years, one or the
but
other.
there's a difference between too much oversight and no oversight.
Yes.
There's
Who knows?
a large
Maybe it got added to the ban list this week for all we know after it happened. Who knows? Because not the same people are aware of Ring of Honor production-wise probably that are aware of what's happening on AEW TNT, right? So, like, there may be a Warner Brothers executive like, yo, don't do that again. You know, MJF swearing and spitting on the camera and Ian rapping, don't do that again. But in the meantime, I'm going to appreciate it, okay? Because it's this wonderful off-the-chain thing. And, Mike, I don't get as much insipid Taz commentary as I used to.
Mm-hmm.
So let me have
just go watch old SmackDowns.
He wasn't as unhinged on SmackDown as he became on Dark, right? I mean,
Okay, watch Taz during the invasion angle.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, he just got bitter at that point, you know, like which was the whole point. But anyways,
Yes.
I didn't learn that, but I think this is a learned thing that I got from the MMA show. Did I say this at the beginning? Yeah, I talked about this at the beginning of the show. I addressed this. That probably applies to pro wrestling in a very similar way. Check your gear. Make sure your cup fits. Make sure your mouth guard works. Your headgear fits well. You're not going to lose your shorts in the middle of the match. We've seen male and female gear issues, you know, and just, you know, be prepared. Be prepared, man. Just the old adage, right? So I can't believe that guy's cup fell out twice. I don't know what he was even. What did he duct tape it on? What the fuck?
Don't mention duct tape. Ooh.
But if you're worried about the duct tape, go to Manscaped and use that code from the video on Warrior Wrestling. helping you out, Principal Steve.
Boy.
Brandon, clip this and please tag Warrior Wrestling. I guess I'll do the tagging, but anyways.
And tag Manscaped.
And tag Manscaped. Yes,
Maybe we'll get some.
Maybe we'll get a sponsor. I don't know. Who knows? So I don't think we have.
We've sponsored weirder stuff.
Yes. I don't know. I don't think we have the numbers of Warrior Wrestling on here. But anyways, God, what's wrong? I think we should close the show. Mike, thank you, Mad Mike 4883 on the Twitter, because we're going to talk for an hour probably on the other.
Yeah, I talk about things and stuff, and you know, and things.
Yes.
And all due respect, show respect to the Don of NXT, Tony D.
Hey, here's something I learned. I've known this for a while, but I just saw a response on here from my good friend that I don't know if I can't recall if I physically met, but we talk all the time as if we did. I shoot W on Twitter. I believe that is Luke. I hope he doesn't listen to the show in case I'm screwing that up. Because I don't know, my mind crosses on everything. But the wrestling production community, I want to say the wrestling production community that actually gives a shit. Can I say that? Like, is that a good qualifier?
Sure.
It's a very small community, and it's a. I have found it to be a good, supportive community. We'll put it that way. On the kind of stuff that we're doing. So, and everybody knows the kind of stuff that I've been doing. So, I appreciate that I have been let into this community, and I'm having a blast. I'm having a good time. So, anyways. Thank you, everybody. This has been your Wrestling Mayhem show. Mad Mike 4883 on the Twitter, at Sorgatron everywhere, from your Twitter to your Threads to your Instagram to your TikToks, to your plurks. We'll see you guys next week. Mayhem out.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.